한국어 워낙 고맥락 언어이다 보니까
어쩔 수 없어요.
폴란드어나 영어에도 잘 안 쓰는 단어들이 있는데
o-hi-ryeo 차라리
굳이
굳이 없이 어떻게 살아요? 굳이는 없어요, 튀르키예 말로.
So, 안녕하세요. I've recently watched this really fun and insightful video where two people who have lived in Korea for many years were talking about learning Korean and about Korean speech patterns, the reactions, the subtle tones, and how Korean is such a high context language. Once again, high context language. That's a topic of today's video. I really like this video. I'll link it down below. And I love the fact that the term 고맥락 언어, high context language, was mentioned in that conversation. So let's talk about it a little bit. Of course, high context language, that's not a concept unique to Korean, of course, but Korean tends to be considered as one of the most high context languages in the world. So let's talk about some really cool Korean words that have a lot of diverse meaning, and I've prepared 8. So when you have something that's a high context language, the meaning of the sentence that you're saying or you're hearing depends heavily on the context. You need a lot of 눈치. 눈치 is the ability to read the room, read the mood that the other person is in, especially your spouse or your boss. And shared cultural background is really important in a high context language. So here are 8 examples in the Korean language. These are really short words. You can call them words or expressions. So let's take a look together. The first one is yeok-si. Yeok-si means that something meets your expectations, often in a good way. It can be used in a bad way too, but it's like, I knew it. That is so you. I was expecting you to behave like that, usually in a good way, and therefore you're not surprised. So for example, you can say your friend, helped you in a situation where you needed somebody's help. You're like, 역시 너밖에 없어. 역시 너밖에 없어. More examples. You're eating kimbap and kimbap never disappoints you no matter where you eat it. You say 역시 김밥은 언제 먹어도 맛있어. Or 역시 TTMIK. Like you found a gem of information or a video or this video, you can say 역시 TTMIK. Like it scratches the itch, right? And then you can say this is an example of a bad situation, bad context, like 역시 오늘도 늦었네. You have this friend who's always chronically late for everything. 역시 오늘도 늦었네. Okay? And then also you can just use 역시 as a standalone expression. 역시. And it contains so much context. So that is a good first example of a high context expression in this high context language that is Korean. Let's move on to the next one. This one is hok-si. Okay, it rhymes really well with yeok-si. So hok-si is a gentle way to ask or suggest something. It reduces pressure on the other person when you're asking a question or making a request. So it's like, by any chance, or is there any opportunity or possibility that this might happen? Do you happen to know or know how to do something? For example, there's a meeting that's happening and you're like, oh, I don't think I am needed here. 혹시 저 가도 돼요? Or 혹시 저 거기 가도 돼요? Can I come along too? Or can I leave? So 혹시, you're being careful. Okay, more examples. 혹시 너? Like in a very suspectful or doubtful situation. Like, wait a minute, did you? Like you're looking at a piece of cake that was bigger, but then it's smaller. Somebody took a bite. 혹시 너? Like that. And then 혹시 내일 바쁘세요? 혹시 내일 바쁘세요? Are you busy tomorrow by any chance? If you say 내일 바쁘세요? It's a good question, but by adding 혹시, you are also suggesting that it's okay to refuse. It's okay to turn it down, like reducing the weight of your request or question. And then you're not sure whether this other Korean learner knows about Talk to Me in Korean. You say 혹시 Talk to Me in Korean 아세요? 혹시 Talk to Me in Korean 아세요? All right, so these are 2 examples that we just looked at, and the best way to learn these high context words or expressions is reading a lot, reading extensively. And the best way to do that is downloading and using our graded Korean reading and listening app, Talk to Me in Korean Stories. And if you're not sure how that works or whether you will enjoy it, you can actually use it for free for 7 days. Download it right now. And here are some clips from the app where you can hear the word or expression 혹시.
혹시 그 사람도 저를 좋아할까요? 아직 잘 모르겠어요. 혹시 피아노를 쳤어요? 혹시 노란색 스웨터? 안녕하세요. 혹시 개
Number 3 is o-hi-ryeo. O-hi-ryeo. I like the sound of this word. O-hi-ryeo. O-hi-ryeo. And something turns out the opposite of what you expected, or it turns out to be even better. Like it's not what you imagined, but it's actually better. So it's often translated to actually, on the contrary, with the fitting facial expression, or surprisingly. For example, somebody thanks you for something and you're like, no, 오히려 내가 고마웠지. Thank you for doing that. In that case, the English expression thank you for so-and-so is also high context. So again, high context language or high context expressions are not exclusive to Korean, but these are, or Korean, I guess, high context expressions tend to be shorter and more efficient and therefore very, very powerful. So it was actually me who felt thankful. Some more examples. This is a kind of a meme expression. 오히려 좋아. 오히려 좋아. Usually a very unfortunate situation and you're like thinking too optimistically or positively, or like 오히려 좋아. Okay, so I lost my phone. 오히려 좋아. No, that's never good. What's a good situation? Oh, it's raining. 오히려 좋아. I needed a shower. So you know what? I think it's actually even better this way. 오히려 좋아. And 비가 와서 오히려 더 좋았어. So generally people would say it was a bad situation that it rained, but 오히려 좋았어. And then 오히려 이게 더 어려웠어요. Test A, test B, everybody says test A will be more hard, and then you thought actually test B was even harder. 오히려, on the contrary to what I had thought, this one was actually more difficult. Okay, a very high context expression that's very efficient and powerful. Next one, 차라리. All of these expressions that we are looking at are fun and cute sounding, I think. So, okay, yeok-si, hok-si, o-hi-ryeo, and then this one is 차라리. If you're having trouble with the Korean real sound, ra, or the Spanish rolling R, this one will be a hard one to say. 차라리. It's not 차라리, 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 차라리. So you are choosing, in this case, the lesser of two not so great options, okay? So it expresses frustration, resignation, but also some kind of optimism. So if I had to choose, I would rather so and so. So for example, you are anticipating some bad news, some, I guess, bad answers, and you're like, okay, I know I'm not going to be thrilled by what you're gonna say, but 차라리, don't beat around the bush. 차라리 솔직하게 말해줘. Like lying to me is a bad situation, or telling me the truth is also a dreadful situation, but this is less bad. 차라리 솔직하게 말해줘. Some more examples. 차라리 혼자가 나아. I would rather just be by myself than, say, being with a group of people that you're not comfortable with. 불편한 사람들하고 있는 것보다 차라리 혼자가 나아. I am having trouble pronouncing this word. 차라리 혼자가 나아. And then you have choice A, choice B. Choice A is going somewhere you might not have fun. Choice B is just going home. 차라리 그냥 집에 갈래. 차라리 그냥 집에 갈래. And then 나는 차라리 이거. iPhone 18, the newest model, 17, 16, iPhone 12. 차라리 이거. This is easier to use for some reason. You can say it like that. Neither is a great option for me. Too expensive, too old, but I would rather go with this one. 차라리. Expression number 5. This one, I love this one as well. 굳이. No, not Gucci. 굳이. The pronunciation is similar. I think it was used in a joke or a song lyric or something like that. But something is unnecessary to do or feels excessive. I was talking about Gucci and I almost said expensive, but it feels excessive. So it shows subtle disapproval or sarcasm about why this choice had to be made. It's sometimes playful as well. Like, for example, out of all the possible times where you could go, do you really have to go now? When it's clearly not the most convenient time. 굳이 지금 간다고? 굳이? It's 11 p.m. 굳이 지금 간다고? For example, another one, 굳이 지금 말해야 돼? I'm not really in the mood to talk right now. Do I really have to talk about it? 굳이 지금 말해야 돼? I just came back from a hard day. I want to relax. 굳이 지금 말해야 돼? And then to another friend who's hesitant to, maybe who said the first example that I just mentioned, 굳이 설명 안 해도 돼. No need to explain. I understand the situation. I can see what happened. 굳이 설명 안 해도 돼. Don't bother trying to explain. It's all very obvious and clear. And then all of these things combined, you can just compress it down into this one word. 굳이? 굳이? Your friend is cleaning the window, cleaning the air conditioner, like remote control or like every little thing. And you're like, 굳이? So is that really absolutely necessary? So it shows your disapproval or sarcasm about why that had to be made as a choice. Number 6 is gwaen-hi. That's the spelling and you pronounce it often as gwaen-hi, gwaen-hi. Something feels like it was pointless, regrettable, or not worth the effort or the extra effort. So I shouldn't have, or we did this for nothing. The effort was completely wasted. So, I got my hopes up for no reason. 괜히 기대했어. 괜히 기대했어. 괜히. So you can say 괜히 about usually the past tense, I guess actions, past actions. So for example, you helped somebody and they're not thankful, they are complaining and some bad situations happened and you're like, I shouldn't have helped them. It wasn't even appreciated. It wasn't even useful. It didn't even mean anything. You're like, 괜히 도와줬어. 괜히 도와줬어. So you can say this about a complaining sibling or an ungrateful friend. 괜히 왔네. 괜히 왔네. You shouldn't have come all the way here in the first place. You regret your choice now. 괜히 왔네. So there's a line in front of the restaurant. 괜히 왔네. I should have called. And then this one. My eyes. I shouldn't have looked. Why did I look at this? Why did I become curious to look at it? 괜히 봤어. I don't know. You can imagine what kind of photo this might be. 괜히 봤어. Oh, my eyes. In Korean, you say 안 본 눈 삽니다. Like I'm looking for people who would sell me eyes that haven't seen that. So it's kind of like that. All right. So again, if you want to learn these high context expressions, words, phrases through natural context, high context languages or expressions are best learned through high context, right? So learn through stories with our app, Talk to Me in Korean Stories. That is our graded reading and listening app. You can listen to a bunch of stories. We have a total of 1,498 stories that are right for people's different levels. Okay, so download it and start your free trial right now. You will enjoy it. Number 7 and 8 are waiting. Number 7 is 어차피. 어차피. Something is or was inevitable. And it is or was going to happen anyway. 어차피. So it shows a sense of acceptance. It's a fate or you're giving up. So 어차피 늦었어. Literally speaking, 어차피 actually means this way or that way. It's the same. Either this or that doesn't make a difference. 어차피 늦었어. We can take a taxi. We can take the bus. We can try to fly. We can, do whatever we can. We're already late anyway. 어차피 늦었어. Let's just walk. Okay, more examples. 어차피 해야 돼. Your friend says, why not, get some rest now, like do the dishes later. You're tired. 어차피 해야 돼. Nobody's gonna do it for me. I have to eventually do it anyway, so I might as well do it now. All of that is compressed into 어차피 해야 돼. 지금 할게. 어차피 나도 알아. So this is about a situation where your friend or somebody is worried about not wanting to tell you the news and you're like, don't worry about upsetting me. I already know. 어차피 나도 알아. 숨길 필요 없어. 조심할 필요 없어. 어차피 나도 알아. I'm already heartbroken. Something like that. And then 어차피 자주 못 보잖아. This is when you are meeting up with somebody at a very late time of the day and the other person is saying, I'm sorry that we are meeting so late at night, like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Sorry for the inconvenience. And you're like, 어차피 우리 자주 못 보잖아. This is good. 어차피 자주 못 보니까. Okay, so we have just one more expression. That is 설마. I know many of you as Korean learners enjoy this one. 설마. You doubt something, but you're asking just in case. 설마. So it shows surprise, disbelief, but a little bit of hope too sometimes and fear. It's really, really diverse. So it's like, no way, surely not. But maybe. So 설마. 내 번호 없어? Come on, don't tell me you don't have my phone number. 설마 내 번호 없어? So this is surprise and disappointment at the same time. More short examples. It's 9 p.m. You're calling, you're texting, and your friend doesn't pick up the phone. 설마 벌써 자? 설마 no way. It's 9 p.m. 8 p.m. 설마 no way. Are you seriously sleeping already? And then somebody texts you or messages you with a photo of them in Korea. You're surprised. Wow, pleasantly surprised and shocked. 설마 no way. Wait. Are you seriously in Korea now? 설마 진짜 한국이야? 설마 진짜 한국 왔어? And then with 설마, you can also add this expression, a, with this hand gesture. A, come on. Throwing that fact away because you can't believe it. Come on, I don't believe it. Surely not. Are you being serious? 설마, no way. But is it for real? I don't believe it, but maybe should I? So, 에이, 설마. So, 8 expressions so far. Which one was your favorite? Korean is a very high context language, like we took a look at these examples, and there are many more examples like that, of course. So, the best way to learn Korean naturally and absorb a lot of knowledge in natural, context is by reading a lot, and we have resources to help you out with that. So continue learning with Talk to Me in Korean. We have all the links that are necessary to do that in the description down below. And thank you so much, as always, for studying with us. Thank you so much for watching. What are some other examples of high context words and expressions that you can think of or you are familiar with? Or do you have some other really cool examples of your own mother tongue or languages that you already know that have a lot of information compressed into one or can have diverse translations in other languages? Let me know. I'm really curious. So I will see you in the next one. 감사합니다. Bye.